Hello and welcome to the Lesbian Lounge, a podcast for the girls who like girls. I'm your host and your resident lesbian big sister, Juliet Taylor, and I'm here to answer your guys' questions, give advice on your dilemmas, and of course, chat about your wildest lesbian dating stories. So grab a drink, get comfy, and welcome into the Lesbian Lounge. Okay guys, we're back. Did you miss us? Because we missed you. By we, I mean me. This is a one-man show. I do it all myself. Who was I talking to the other day? And they were like, oh, so do you have a team? And I was like, no, it's me. I was like, I produce, I edit, I do the socials, I am the podcast. Like it's all me. I'm every woman. It's all me. I don't know the words, but it's all me. But yeah, I missed you guys. Thank you for not shouting at me for not having an episode last week. I was quite literally taken out with tonsillitis. I'm still suffering. You might be able to hear, but I'm like able to talk. My tonsils are still the size of golf balls. I won't show you all. You might get offended. I've never really like looked at tonsils and like taken in the normal size of them. So basically, let's take you back. So last Wednesday, I was staying at my girlfriend Lucy's and I was complaining in the evening of having like a bit of a sore throat. The next day, I was driving down to Warrington to compete in my pageant, which we'll get to. Anyway, I'm driving down and I'm like, I am deathly unwell. And I was traveling down with a few other girls that I was competing with. And bless them, one of the little sisters, not one of the daughters of one of the girls was like, she's so chatty and she was talking to me and I felt so bad that I couldn't like give her this conversation back because I was like literally in agony. Like I had to prepare myself to swallow. I'd have to be like, okay, you have to swallow. Like, come on, you can do it. I was taking Nurofen every 4 hours, like 2 Nurofen every 4 hours on the hour. Well, on the 4 hours. I'm not addicted to Nurofen, I promise. I actually hate taking tablets. They make me feel ill. Anyone else actually gag when they take a tablet? Like, they're literally like, I'll not do it because people might have emetophobia. I always say that wrong. But like, literally, I was like gagging, like I literally coughed them back up. I hate taking them. Like, I won't take them unless I desperately need to. And I was like having to constantly take them. Yeah, so I had to do this full pageant weekend, like seriously unwell. Lucy drove down on the Sunday to watch me and I was like, babe, like just look at my tonsils. Like, do they look normal? And she was like, fuck my life. They are like golf balls. And then I was like, well, let me see your tonsils. So Lucy's tonsils are like the size of a pea. Mine were literally golf balls. They're still like that, especially the left one. Like my face was swollen. It was bad and I just couldn't talk. And they're still big now, but like I just swallowed. Like there's friction, but it's not like antagonizing pain like it had been. So I'm still suffering, but honestly last week I'd literally done the pageant all weekend. I'd been speaking so much, obviously, because you can't get away with not talking. I was judged. Half of my score was judged on me talking to judges. So I was like, I need to talk. I need to be able to talk. So I dealt with it, went like, breathe through the pain. But then I got home and I was like, I can't sit and talk for 45 minutes straight. Like, I can't do it. But we're back. I really missed you guys. I felt awful. Like, I was literally crying. Like, I need to put out an episode. But then I was like, I also need to, like, prioritize my health because I was like, I don't want to make it talk and then make it worse and then, like, prolong getting back to podcasting. So I was like, we'll just take a week. Like, no one's going to be too mad. And thankfully, no one shouted at me. No one was angry at me. So I love you guys so much. Thank you for bearing with me. But we're back. So let's give you guys a little pageant update because I always do still feel like there's this like weird like stereotype between like lesbians and pageants. Like, I don't know why. It just feels like the two worlds like don't want to collide, but they do collide. And there's so many more lesbians competing in pageants than just me. So as you all know, I entered, it's called International United Miss United Kingdom. I entered quite last minute. I did a different pageant, which was a whole thing. I'm not talking about it because I'll say things that people will probably get mad at me for saying, but basically wouldn't recommend. We were judged on our figure, like the whole pageant, which is so outdated for pageantry. Like the whole purpose of pageantry now is to like raise awareness of things you're passionate about, to be like authentically yourself. Like, it doesn't matter what size you are, what sexuality you are, like it's inclusive to trans women. Like, pageants are, well, they're supposed to be such an inclusive space for everybody. And this specific pageant, we were told there's no scoring on figure. A judge posted to our Instagram story a photo of the score sheets, which was basically figure, wellness. Like, how can you judge how well someone is from stage? I don't know. So that was a shit show, but we will not say too much more on that. So I was like, I love being on the stage. You guys know that, like, I'm a trained performer. Like, I love the attention. I love being on stage. Like, that's why I created this podcast. I just get to talk. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love, like, performing, presenting. So I've done pageants since I was maybe like 13, 14. I took a big break a while ago, but I came back to them because I just genuinely enjoy them. Like, some people have their perceptions about them. They think they're just like toddlers and tiaras, but they are genuinely so much more than that. Like I said, more than half of my score was basically on a community service log that I had to make about all the volunteering that I do, a personal introduction to the judges where you talk about yourself and the work you do, and then you have a 15-minute interview with 5 individual judges. So 3 minutes with one judge, then 3 minutes with the next, 5 times, where they ask you about your community service, about yourself. I spoke a lot about the podcast and, you know, how creating this podcast has become such a safe space for so many of you guys, and, you know, getting to be that role model that I didn't have growing up. Like, growing up, I didn't have a queer role model, and now I'm able to be that queer role model to so many of you guys. It genuinely makes my heart burst. What was the point of that? Yeah, people think it's like toddlers and tiaras. It's so not. So International United Miss United Kingdom, I entered a few weeks, well, was it like 2 weeks before? Like, literally, I did the pageant, the shit show pageant, and I was like, I need to get back on stage. Like, it's like Chapel Roan, on the stage in my heels, it's where I belong. Like, that is me. Like, put me on the stage. Like, I live for the moment when I'm on stage and everyone in the room is looking at me. Like, I love it. I'm such a little attention sly, aren't I? And yeah, so got down on the Friday, we drove down and we had like a little party. It was a print party, so I went leopard print. You guys know me, you know I love my leopard print. Then on the Saturday we had orientation. Now, bearing in mind, like, they say bad things come in threes, right? They don't lie. So thing number 1, sore throat. Thing number 2, Saturday morning, I was walking over to the venue because it was literally a 2-minute walk down the road. But I was like, I'm going to walk to the shops, buy some more Nurofen because I'd run out of Nurofen, and you guys know I was dying. So I'm swearing at you all right now. And my heels broke. Like, I kid you not, the strap that goes like over the toes popped off. So I'm walking, I've got loads of stuff in a snapped heel. Thankfully, I had spare shoes on me, and I had my flat shoes that I'm wearing now. So I put them on, and I was just like, for God's sake. And then my third thing, I came on my period. So I was like, this is just brilliant. But at least, like, I think I would have been stressed if I'd had 2 bad things happen and I was waiting for a third, and I was like, is the third going to be that I'm not going to win? But I'd had my 3 bad things, so I was like, it's fine. It's cool. Chapel Roan reference, did you all get that? You can say that we ain't nothing, but you know the truth. I shouldn't be singing because I've got a sore throat. Yeah, shoe broke, stress. So we did orientation that day, we did registration. It cracked my elbows, did you hear that? Which is basically where you like hand in like all your logs. I wrote 2 essays. I actually wrote one all about the podcast. It was called the Girl Boss Essay, and I actually ended up coming 5th in that round. It didn't go towards the final score. It was just a little optional extra where you basically wrote about your job. And granted, this isn't my full-time job yet. Like, it doesn't earn nowhere near enough money for that, but it's just genuinely my passion project. And I just got to speak about, well, wrote an essay all about it to the judges. Should I read my essay to you guys? I will. Okay, I'll read it to you all in a minute. Let's finish telling you the pageant story first. And what else did we do on the Saturday? We had like rehearsals, then we had a yoga class, which I definitely have undiagnosed ADHD. Like, my brain doesn't switch off. I've tried yoga so many times, my brain's just like, and you know when they're like, think of nothing. As soon as you tell my brain to think of nothing, it thinks of everything other than nothing. But I was genuinely able to just like switch off during this yoga class and just like, honestly, it was mint. And then we had like a public speaking workshop. So it was like actually gaining skills, like so many more skills than just like stepping on stage. Like, you know, so many great tips and tricks that you can take with you into like everyday life, not just like pageant land. And then on the Sunday we had the competition. So we got there, I did my personal introduction, which was on stage to the judges, basically saying, this is me, this is what I do. If you guys don't know, my whole like pageant platform as such is all about sustainable fashion. You guys know me, I'm very big on helping the earth, shopping sustainable from charity shops, etc. So that's what I was speaking a lot about. Then we had our interview with the judges, like I said, 3 minutes with individually 5 judges, so 15 minutes altogether. Then we did optional, so I did spokesmodel, which again was speaking to the judges. So my voice was dying by this point. I was honestly contemplating, like, do I even not do it because I'm in so much pain? But I was like, no, like, I'm so passionate about what I want to speak about, so I'm going to stand on that stage and speak about it. And by this point, my wife had arrived, and I knew as soon as I saw Lucy, like, I would feel better. And I did casual wear, and I ended up coming 2nd overall in casual wear and 5th overall in spokesmodel, which, considering I was quite poorly, like, I hadn't really even planned what I was going to say. I just kind of winged it because I was like, I don't know if I'm definitely going to do it because I'm so poorly. So I was like, to come 5th for kind of winging it, I'll take it. Because some girls had been practicing for months, if not more. So I was like, you know what, we'll take it. And 2nd in casual wear, like, fine by me. And then we had the final show, which consisted of an opening number dance, which isn't judged, it's just a bit of fun, and then fashion wear and evening wear. So you guys know me, I love being on stage. I had the time of my life. I could just do it over and over and over again. Then we had the break, then we had results, and like I said, I came 2nd in casual wear, 4th in spokesmodel, or 4th runner-up, which is 5th. 5th in spokesmodel, 5th in girl boss. I won Miss Photogenic, which I had to like send in some photos. So I was like, woo, go me, Miss Photogenic. And I also came 2nd in the social media influencer award, which was only based on the work that, like, the social media you've done promoting the pageant. So for only being entered 2 weeks, I was like, I will take it. And then it was on to like the main results to see who's going to win. And they announced me in the top 3, and then they announced 3rd place, and then there was me and this girl. And if you don't know pageants, they basically make you stand and like hold hands with the girl. So you're like facing each other, the audience there. You have to like stand and hold their hand, and they do the whole like, I'm going to call the name of the first runner-up who will take on the winner's duties if she cannot fulfill her duties as the next Miss United Kingdom. And you're stood there and it's awful. And you basically, you don't want them to say your name. You want them to say the other person's name because they're calling the name of 2nd place. If they don't say your name, you're the winner. So it was Juliet and Charlotte in the top 2. And I'm thinking, say Charlotte, say Charlotte, say Charlotte. And she goes, the first runner-up is Charlotte, which means I've won. So I'm like, woo! Like, really excited. Obviously Lucy's there. Lucy's crying because she's so happy for me and so proud of me. So I'm like blowing her kisses. Oh, honestly, I would love to relive it and do it all over again. It was just so much fun. And basically that means I'm now Miss United Kingdom for the International United Miss System, which means I get to go to Florida next July as part of my prize package. Like, what? I get to go to Florida to compete at International United Miss and basically have a week in Orlando, Florida, competing in an international pageant, which is so exciting. So I now get to take like the work I do in the UK, like promoting sustainable fashion and speaking about the podcast. I get to take that global. I get to take it worldwide, and I'm just so excited, feel so blessed that like they chose me. I'm so happy, and you know, it was so worth the broken shoe, the sore throat, the period drama. Like, honestly, it was just a great weekend. And obviously because Lucy had driven down and I had driven down with some of the other girls, I got to passenger princess in Lucy's sexy new car the whole way home, which was great. So shall I read you my essay? I think that's a really good idea. Let's find it, because like, and this is like, it's all me. It wasn't ChatGTP. I think I ran it through ChatGTP to like do the grammar, because obviously it was an essay, it wasn't a speech. But I was like, I don't want to put into ChatGTP, write me an essay about why I love doing my podcast. I thought, I want to write this from the heart, because genuinely this is my passion project. So let's read you my essay. I'm the proud host of the Lesbian Lounge podcast, a safe space and community created for members of the LGBTQ+ community. I film, edit, produce, advertise, and upload one episode a week where I tackle listener dilemmas, stories and questions. Nothing is off limits. Obviously, this was like going to a pageant, so I wasn't going to go like too in depth, being like, nothing's off limits. We talk about girls handcuffing themselves naked to the beds and the mums having to unhandcuff them. I thought, we'll keep it PG. Growing up, I didn't have any queer role models to look up to, so this podcast is my way of giving back and becoming the role model that I needed when I was younger. Whilst the podcast doesn't quite earn me a full-time income yet, it truly is my passion project. As a self-made creator, I have stepped into my girl boss era, obviously it was the girl boss essay, juggling every part of the process from behind the scenes to filming, editing and producing weekly episodes. It's so empowering to be in control of my own voice and where my vision is going. Thanks to my incredible podcast community, that's you guys, I've also started hosting in-person meetups across the Northeast. These events offer a safe space where others can feel seen, safe, valued and loved, something that everyone deserves. This year, I was nominated for the UK's Top Influencer Podcast of the Year and the Lesbian Lounge placed in the top 5. Woo woo. Getting recognised for something I've built from the ground up truly meant the world to me. Looking to the future, I plan to continue going this safe space, expand my meetups to across the UK, and one day turn the podcast into my full-time career. Being a girl boss isn't just about the hustle, it's about the heart, purpose, and lifting others as you rise. Thank you, Juliet. So that was my girl boss essay, which made me top 5, and most people will write, it was like meant to be about your job, so some people were writing about like their full-time job that they've had for years, that they've like gone to university for, and I was just there like, this is my podcast. Yeah, just blessed to have, you know, been able to like share the podcast with the judges. And also another really fun update, I had an email the other day from Million Podcasts, I think it's called, to say that they have created this list of like the top lesbian podcasts from all across the world, and I'm gonna say the Lesbian Lounge came in the top 50. We're actually ranked 51st, like 51, but I think you can say top 50 when you're like 51. Do you think we can say that? Can we get away with it? I've been honest with you guys. Yeah, we place in the top 50, once. I don't know how you say that. But again, just to be like recognised against, I can't speak, against, what am I trying to say? Podcasts that have been going for years, that, you know, have funding, have like whole teams working behind them, to be recognised and to be placed in the top 50. I'm so grateful for, and I just can't wait to continue to like grow this podcast, grow this space with you all. Love you all so much. Mwah. Do I have any other updates? I think my main one is that you're now looking at the new Miss UK. I made the TikTok that's like, your girlfriend does everything for you. Oh, yours doesn't? And I was like, mine literally drove 3 hours to watch me win Miss UK. Like, she literally drove down on the morning, came straight to the pageant, watched me, cheered me on. Like, she was making friends with all the other pageant mums and stuff. And then, like, someone actually came up to me and said, like, your girlfriend was cheering so loud for you. And, oh, honestly, I just love her. Like, the fact that she, like, immerses herself into pageant land, like she makes the effort to like understand it and learn people's names. And also she was taking everyone's photos after we'd won, because basically the 3 girls that I drove down with and was room sharing with, we all won together because it's different categories. So they won Princess Teen, I won Miss, and Steph won Ms. So we're all going to go to Florida together, and little Lucy was taking all our photos after we'd won. She's just such a good pageant girlfriend. Yeah, like, you know, she literally drove all the way down to watch me win that, stayed in the hotel and drove me back the next morning. Like, would your girlfriend do that? If not, find a new one. No, I'm joking. But maybe you should, because, you know, we all deserve to feel loved. Also, guys, one more update, then I promise we'll start this week's episode. You might not be able to see it, but if you're a visual? Yeah, if you're visually watching me right now, have a look at my hair. I wonder if I shine a torch on it, if you'll be able to see it. I got hair glitter, hair tints, or whatever you want to call it, and I'm so obsessed. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Can you see it? And I'm just so excited by it, guys. I've always wanted it. I just think, who wouldn't want a bit of glitter in their hair? So I went and got it done yesterday, and I'm so here for it. Like, I'm living for it. And also, if you're a visualist and thinking, why the hell have you got glasses on? Why the hell not? They're blue light ones. And honestly, they match the outfit. I've got my cute little bomber jacket with me. Like, they were just matching the outfits and the vibes. So deal with it. Don't judge me for wearing glasses that are doing fuck all for me. Do you know what I mean? They're protecting me from the blue light. They're a bit dirty, actually. When I just took them off and my vision got so much clearer. Oh well, without further ado, let's jump straight on into this week's episode. So this week's question of the week is, what or who is your I swear I'm gay but? So it might be a person, it might be a thing. I genuinely don't think I have one. I don't think there's anyone that I think I am like 1,000% a lesbian, but that man, maybe I would say Flynn Rider and Prince Naveen. Like, I could get on board with that, but I would want them to be women. A question of the week coming up in a few weeks. We're doing like, what straight romance and like theatre or film would you change to be gay? Because I just think so many things would work better if they were gay. Wouldn't the whole world just be better if everyone was gay? Yeah. But anyway, these are your guys'. I swear I'm gay, but I swear I'm gay, but I love to be fancied by other men too. Not because I find them attractive, because it's flattering being wanted regardless of who. Yeah, I get that. Like, I love when someone like tells me how beautiful I am and like asks for my number, and I'm like, I want your number, you're a man, but like, you think I'm pretty? Yay! I've told you guys, I'm such an attention slag. Harry Styles is a good shout. Oh, see, I'm not on the Harry Styles hype. Don't come for me. When One Direction, were a thing, I was a Louis girl. I don't remember why I was a Louis girl. I think probably because everyone went for Harry or Zayn, and I was like, I'm going to go for Louis. Yeah, I'm just not on the Harry Styles hype. But I guess he's quite like camp now, isn't he? So, I don't know. Not for me, but for you, fair enough. I swear I'm gay, but I haven't had a girlfriend in 4 years. Relationships aren't for everyone. Spencer Reid, Criminal Minds, in brackets, boy band hair. I think I've seen Criminal Minds, but I cannot picture who that is. But, does that mean it's a boy? Spencer, I was thinking it's a girl, yeah. Spencer Reid from Criminal Minds. There we go. I swear I'm gay, but I would defo have a threesome with a man just to see what it's like. No, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could. Like, I also, I guess it depends on your relationship, doesn't it? Like, I know in mine and Lucy's relationship, Lucy could think of nothing worse than a man. I could think of nothing worse than a man. Like, not for us. But I guess if you're both bisexual in the relationship, fair dues. I really don't even think I could have a threesome with another girl. Like, I can think about the thought of it, but I think I've told you guys this before. The only way it would work in my relationship is if it was a foursome, because there's me and Lucy, masc and femme. For me, I would have to get with another masc. I wouldn't want to get with another femme. But then Lucy would be getting with another masc, and that's not her type. And then for Lucy, it would be the other way round. So it would have to work out that I would have a masc and Lucy would have a femme. But do I want to see Lucy touching another girl? No. Do I want another girl to touch Lucy? Do you want your hair ripped out? You're not fucking touching my girlfriend. Fucking step away. Do you know what I mean? Like, no. I get so jealous. I would literally grab them by the ponytail and fucking rip them away from my girlfriend and say, get the fuck off her. So it's a bad idea, basically. But I'd rather the thought of it with a girl than a man. But for you, fair dues. I swear I'm gay, but I have a wall of photos of DILFs in my bedroom. What can I say? I can just appreciate a good-looking man. Girl, are you sure you're gay? Are you sure? Maybe not bisexual? I mean, I'm not one to judge, but loads of, like, old men on your walls? I mean, fair enough. Like, what's his name from Mamma Mia? Not Pierce Brosnan, the other one. The one who sings that song. You know, like the main dad. What's his name? Harry, Bill and Sam. Oh, what the fuck is his name? You guys know which one I mean. Not Colin Firth. No, it is Pierce Brosnan, is it? I don't remember. The one who sings like, and you need me, darling, can't you hear me, SOS. Like, he's like a not awfully looking like older man, but like, I wouldn't have a poster of him on my wall personally. But you know, you guys, you do you. Who am I to judge? Dominic Mysterio is my one pass if I had to. He's a wrestler, and don't let looks deceive it. It's the way he acts. Fair enough. I don't think I have one. Maybe that I suck a strap. Fair enough. You know, this is actually something we're going to discuss on the podcast coming up as well. Like, does using a strap make you less of a lesbian? Because technically you're putting something willy shaped, willy, you know, like a strap is like designed to be like a pretend willy. Does that make you any less of a lesbian? I think not, but the conversation was sparked a while ago when someone brought it up to me, and I was like, I genuinely had never crossed my mind to make me think of any of myself as any less of a lesbian for using a strap. Personally, I don't suck the strap, but do you know what I mean? I probably would. Do you know what I mean? If Lucy wanted me to, I'd be like, yeah. Like, she could tell me to do anything, and I would do it for her. She's so fucking sexy. Yeah, I guess it doesn't make you any less gay, though, does it? Like, suck the strap, wank it off, fucking do whatever you want with it. Like, it's who it's attached to, isn't it? Like, it's attached to your sexy, sexy girlfriend with her titties out. It's not making you any less gay, but fair dues. I swear I'm gay, but I would still kiss Johnny Depp. I see Johnny Depp, especially as, like, Jack Sparrow. I see it. I'd be straight for a date with 50 Cent. Fair dues. Sounds weird, but any gay-looking musical theatre guy, Andrew Garfield, Jonathan Groff, Jonathan Bailey. Jonathan Bailey is a sexy man, to be fair. And he is very deceiving. Like, he plays a good straight man. Like, Wicked, Bridgerton, like, he's a deceiving man. I mean, I guess he's an actor. That's what he's paid to do, isn't it? He is literally, his job is to be paid to lie to us, to make us believe he's someone he's not. And he's like, look at me kissing the girls, but really in real life, I like the willy up the bum. I'm like, do you know what I mean? Go you, Jonathan Bailey. No confessions. I only love my girlfriends. Lucy, did you send that in? I'm kidding. Oh, that's cute. I swear I'm gay, but a man that can sing, like, next level. Yeah, I you know, like, a man who can sing, play the drums, like, stuff like that is, like, but I guess it's the same in women, isn't it? Like, when someone's so good at what they do, it's hard not to be attracted. Like, I get so turned on watching Lucy shake cocktails. Like, I probably shouldn't get as turned on as I do, but I get so giddy when she, like, shakes a cocktail. And when she does it with one hand and she's, like, doing other things and she's doing it, I'm like, I literally get funny flutters. Sometimes I film them making them because I do the socials for the Raven and I have to make sure I've, like, muted them. So I'm not, like, posting on the Raven's Instagram, and she's shaking a cocktail and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so shit on, I can't wait for you to lick me out later. Like, I have to make sure everything's muted. Okay, we'll do a few more. I swear I'm gay, but I'd peek at Gerald Butler naked. I don't even know who Gerald Butler is. I've heard the name, but I don't know him. Johnny Depp. He's a popular guy. The lesbians like Johnny Depp. I'm just gonna have a sip of Red Bull, everyone. Cheers. Oh, that was delicious. Jill, don't shout at me. My mum hates the fact that I drink Red Bull. Don't drink it often, just like every now and then. Okay, a few more. I swear I'm gay, but I sometimes kiss men when I'm very drunk. Could I do that? No, I don't think I could. I could, like, flirt with a man if I was drunk to get a free drink and then be like, haha, I'm a lesbian. I genuinely don't think I would want to kiss one. Like, they're like mustache and beard prickles, like, tickling you. They probably, like, smell. Like, no. I'm a woman kisser through and through. Honestly, I'd drop everything for Pedro Pascal. When I see male singers live, it makes me question my sexuality every time. What is it with male singers? Like, gay musical theatre singers, the lesbians are coming for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, pfft, guys, lock up your boyfriends. The lesbians are coming. Shall we jump into some dilemmas? I think so. Here we go. Starting off, when it loads, with I need help and advice. I'm a 29-year-old who has fallen for her manager, who is 41. Okay, so realistically, you're 30, she's 40. Like, it's only a 10-year age gap, it's not that bad. We went out for a drink yesterday, which kind of surprised me, as honestly, I thought she hated me. But sometimes that's when they fancy you, isn't it? Like, when they act, like, horrible to you because, like, they fancy you, but they don't want to let you know that they fancy you, and they don't want the rest of the workplace to know that they fancy you, so they treat you like shit. I think she likes you. A few hours in, she told me that she's really attracted to me and feels that I've been what's missing in her life. Okay, girl. She then went on to say that this could never work. Okay, so you're telling me that I'm exactly what you've been missing in your life, but it's never going to work. Okay. That this is a case of the right person at the wrong time situation because she feels icky about me being a fair bit younger than her. It's 10 years. Like, and also it was like 30, 40. It's not like 10 and 20. Like, I mean, obviously that's illegal. But like, even like if it was 20 and 30, like, it doesn't matter. Like, age is just a number. It's 10 years difference. Like, it could be worse. You could be 29, she could be 69. Do you know what I mean? Where were we up to? However, she was continuing to flirt with me physically and verbally. Oh, so maybe got like a little touch of the leg, like a little footsies under the table. I just don't understand why she would like take you out to tell you this. Like, take you out. Oh, I think this is what I've needed in my life. Like, I've been needing someone like you, but it's never going to work because I'm older than you. Like, it makes no sense. I feel really lost and I don't know what to do. I really like this person and she clearly likes me too, but the fact that she said she couldn't do this because it's icky has hurt me. Do you have any advice on what to say to her or what to do? I'm wondering if she's using the age as an excuse, because obviously you've said she's your manager. So potentially she's saying, oh, this could never work because I'm older than you, is her way of like sort of scapegoating the fact that she's your manager, because presumably you shouldn't date your managers. I've never worked in like a mainstream job that has, you know, like HR departments and things like that, but I'd assume like dating managers is on the no list, because it's then like unfair treatment, isn't it, if you get like all your days off and annual leave approved and someone else doesn't, and it's like, oh, it's just because like they're dating. Like, I'm assuming it's on the no list. So maybe she's using the age as an excuse to not say, basically, because I'm your manager, I can't be with you. Maybe you could bring that, like, if you're wanting to say something to her, maybe you say, be like, listen, like, I genuinely really want to be with you. Do you think the fact that you're my manager is putting you off? Like, obviously I'm not telling you to look for a new job, but would things be different? Would it work out if you didn't work in the same office space, if you worked in different places? And then, because obviously then again, like, if there is this 10-year age gap and she's your manager, if you do get together, everyone in the office is going to know about it. They're going to be talking about it. You're going to be like, all eyes on you. But if you work somewhere else, it's like, she just tells people, oh yeah, I've got a girlfriend. Like, no one knows who she is, how old she is, all the ins and out details like that. And also, you're then not jeopardizing like her career by having her date one of her staff members. So I have a feeling that it's because she's your manager. But just speak to her, be like, listen, like, fight for her. Do you know what I mean? So I don't care that there's this 10-year age gap. Like, I want this to work between us. Like, let's give it a go. What's the worst thing that can happen? It doesn't work out. Like, tell her, like, I want to give this a go. I'm serious about this being a relationship. Like, let's see if it can work. Fight for the relationship. If it's something you genuinely think is right, then then fight for it, because maybe that's what she wants as well. Maybe she wants someone who's going to show that they're going to fight for her and show up for her, because especially if you are going to still be working at the same place and she's your manager, she doesn't want to get with someone that the relationship's going to end 2 weeks later, because then she's just going to look like a complete and utter stupid, I don't know what I was trying to say then, stupid person, because it's like you literally dated one of your staff who was younger than you, and then you got broke up with, and now you look like a fucking dick, and potentially going to lose your job because you dated a staff, like someone below you. So maybe she wants to know that someone's so serious about her that she can like put her job and her like role as this like senior person in the workroom on the line. So yeah, fight a friend, you know, maybe just be like, listen, is it just age? I don't know. Have we done this one before? Have we done this one? Okay, I don't think we've done this one. If we have, my apologies. We get so many similar ones of the whole, like, am I a lesbian? Am I bisexual? Am I in love with my friend? Which I love. Don't stop sending them in. I just always get confused if I've done them before, but I don't think we've done this one. So, I have a dilemma. I think I have feelings for my friend. It's typical, I know, but I don't know where I stand with her right now. We used to be best friends, but we would bicker all the time. When she broke up with her ex-boyfriend, I comforted her for a few months, and over that time, we got super close. Like, a little bit more than friends, I think. But we never went the full way of having sex, because she was just never over him, or it wasn't the right time. Okay. Recently, we had an argument where we didn't speak for a few months. But 4 weeks ago, she reached out and apologised because she couldn't lose someone like me in her life. Since then, we've been spending time quite frequently together, and I've dropped some hints about the way I feel towards her, and she's been expressing some similar feelings back. Okay, this is positive, like, you had a bit of a break from seeing each other, but now you're getting back on the right track, and you both sort of, you know, putting your foot in the door like, I think you fit, I think you're fit, looks like it's going well. She's bisexual, which is already a red flag in my mind because I'm up against men, which I really don't like. Okay, I personally wouldn't take that as a red flag. Like, I probably, I don't know, I don't know if I would date someone who's bisexual. I don't really think someone's sexuality matters so much to me as long as they're into women. Like, I don't really care, but I wouldn't see yourself as up against men. Like, they're men at the end of the day, do you know what I mean? We've got no competition when it comes to men. Like, ew. Like, do you know what I mean? Even if they love the willy, buy a fucking pretend willy, do you know what I mean? Like, then you don't have like a real life ugly willy looking at you that smells. Like, you've got a sexy little pretend willy that you can like get your own colour in. Like, me and Lucy were shopping the other day and oh my god, they have so many colours. They have like pride ones, like pride flag, lesbian flag. Like, honestly, there's so many out there. Like, there's so much more exciting than actual ugly willies. Yeah, I wouldn't let that put you off. Like, don't fear the men. Like, we've got so much more to offer, do you know what I mean? I'm fully lesbian, so I know there's a bit of a difference between us. I've tried to keep all my feelings to myself because whenever I say anything about taking her on a real date or having a fun time with her, she reciprocates the chat and makes it feel very flirty and sexual. Yet, after the interaction, she will find it all a big joke. Got you. So you're sort of joking on like, oh my god, I'd love to get you into bed, da-da-da-da-da, and she's like, oh my god, yeah, la la la. And then it's like, no, you were just joking, right? And you're like, yeah, of course, I was joking, I haven't been fantasized about sleeping with you for 3 weeks, like, okay, I get it. I've lost my space. I don't think I can be friends with her because I'm constantly hearing about men she likes / is talking to, and selfishly, I wish that were me. Even though I've toned it down quite a bit in telling her how I feel because I can't keep getting messed around with, she still makes jokes and flirty compliments that makes me feel like she may still feel the slightest thing towards me. I don't know what to do. I don't want to keep pinning over this girl. Pinning? What is that saying? Pinning? Pinning? I don't know. Over this girl, when I'm not sure how she feels about me, but I'm stuck on what to do because I really like her and want to maybe give things a go. Okay, you're gonna have to be the one to like make the move. And I know you're trying to do that. You're trying to like make little jokes and say all these things and he. But the next time it happens and she's like, oh my god, you're joking, right? You need to be like, no, like, I'm deadly serious. And worst case scenario, she's like, oh my God, like, no, this, like, I was just joking, this, I could never. Then you take the no, you leave with your head held high, and you go and find someone else. Like, but you need to make her know that you're not joking. Like, next time you say something, like, say it so, like, dead straight, like, I want to fuck you. See what she says back. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously you have this friendship where you have, like, a bit of banter with each other and you can, like, joke around, but she needs to know that you're not joking. And, you know, maybe she's not sure if you're joking or not, which is why she then jokes back. She thinks you're joking, because it's so much easier, isn't it, to say, oh, I was just joking, and be like, oh God, yes, same, than to admit, like, no, I actually meant that when I said it. Like, it's so much easier just to, like, it was a joke. Oh, it was a joke. I was joking. Because then you don't, like, you're sort of giving yourself this, like, protective bubble around you that's like, it was a joke. Like, don't take it so seriously. Don't judge me. I was joking. Like, you're literally putting yourself in bubble wrap. So you need this girl to know that you are not messing around. But it seems like in your mind, you're almost, like, talking yourself out of being with her. You know, like, you're saying, like, I don't know if I want to date someone who's bisexual, which is valid. Like, I see the, like, you feel like you're then in competition with men, because it's like, you don't just have to worry about her finding other girls attractive, you have to worry about her finding men attractive. But like I've said, why are we fearing men? Ew. Do you know, like, what do they have that we can't offer? Literally nothing. They have ugly willies, they smell, they don't do anything, they're men. Like, ew, do you know what I mean? Like, don't be scared of men. I feel like in your head, you're sort of, like, talking yourself out of wanting to be with her. So maybe it's just like you've had this crush for so long, and it's like you're just like holding on to something that you maybe know is never going to be there. But it's worth shooting your shot. It's worth just, you know, putting yourself out there and be like, I'm fucking dead ass serious. Like, I want to be with you. See how she reacts. She might be like, oh my God, I've been waiting for you to say that. Like, I wasn't sure if you were joking, but, like, I have wanted to say it to you, but I was scared. You never know. And worst case scenario, she's like, ew, babe, no, like, we're just friends. Like, I just want to tell you about Sam and Steve that I've been sucking off. Like, that was alliteration, wasn't it? Isn't there something specific when there's loads of S's? I don't know, I'm not an English teacher. But yeah, you never know. I think you just have to shoot your shot, and one way or another, you're going to find out if she fancies you or not. Let's do maybe one more, maybe two more. I'll see how I'm feeling. What should I do when my girlfriend is not out to her family? Okay, this is a tricky one. And I think, unfortunately, in these situations, you have to prioritise yourself. Don't let your feelings towards someone else come into play, because there is nothing worse than you having to put yourself back in the closet because of the person you're seeing. You know, everyone's coming out story is different. Everyone goes through different journeys when they come out. But the last thing you want to do is put yourself back in the closet. Even if you had an okay experience coming out, like it wasn't too hard for you. But nobody wants to have to hide who they are because someone else maybe isn't comfortable in that. Even if they're so comfortable in their sexuality, but they're not out to their families. You have to think about yourself in the situation. Am I comfortable dating someone who, when I go round to their house, if I'm even invited round to their house, I have to be a friend. I can't sit with my arm around you on the sofa. I have to act as your friend. I have to be referred to as your friend. Like, I would hate it if I was going around to Lucy's house and it was like, oh, hi, Mum, this is my friend Juliet. Like, are you joking? I'm not your fucking friend. Friends don't do the stuff we do in the bedroom. Do you know what I mean? So you have to think about yourself. Like, am I comfortable being the friend, stepping back in the closet and going out in public on dates? Like, it won't even be dates, will it? Like, are you comfortable going to a restaurant and again having to act like your friends because this person's always on edge? Like, oh my God, am my family going to see us? Is a family friend going to see us? And feedback to my mum. And it's awful that people have to go through that and be the person who's so scared to just be themselves in front of their family and genuinely, like, my heart goes out to you all, and I'm here for anyone going through something like that. But getting into a relationship like that, you do have to be a bit selfish and put yourself first and think, can I continue living my life as somebody who's happily out and proud as a lesbian? Can I squish myself down almost and dull down my queerness because you're not comfortable or you're not able to be out yet? Like, imagine me and Lucy getting together and Lucy's like family being really homophobic and Lucy not being able to tell her family that I'm her girlfriend and I'm just a friend. And they're like, oh, so what do you do for a job? And I'm like, oh yeah, I've got my own podcast. And they're like, oh my God, what's your podcast about? And I'm like, it's called the Lesbian Lounge. Like, there's some things you just can't hide. And I'm so proud and confident in my queerness, in my sexuality. Like, I fucking love being a lesbian. It's so much fun. Like, yay, I get to kiss a sexy girl all the time. And like, I love it. Do I want to hide that? No, I don't. I'm so proud of who I am. So put yourself first in that situation. But then if you're on the side of thinking, I don't really mind, like, I'm quite happy, like, being referred to as the friend, like, support your partner through that. And, you know, maybe by being with them, you're able to give them that, like, security of thinking, you know what, I've got you. I can tell my parents I'm gay, and if they take it badly, I know I've got you. And you can be there for your partner and show them, like, you know, it's okay. Like, I am here for you. If you feel comfortable enough to come out to your family, like, I'll come around with you, I'll hold your hand, like, we can do it together, and be there for your partner and know that if it's a bad reaction, like, you're going to be there to comfort them. So you have to think about how you're willing to take the situation. Let's do one more. I'm feeling nice. Okay, have we done this one? Guys, there's so many similar ones. I don't think we have. So I don't know if I'm straight, bi, or lesbian. That's a broad mix there, girl. Let's dive in. Let me explain. I'm 17. My parents are not only homophobic, but really against me being in any kind of relationship. So I've never been in a relationship. That being said, I still don't know. Because when I look at boys/men, 17 is a weird age where both sound strange. I get that. We'll go for men. I rarely think like, I want to be in a relationship with them. But if I see girls/women, I often more think, they look hot or cute or whatever. Like, I could picture myself in a relationship with them. We have your answer, sweetie. We have your answer. Because I used to be the exact, well, I still am the exact same, but when I was younger, like, I'd look at men and everyone would be like, oh my God, they're so fit. Like, look at their, like, what's that thing that men have when they, like, the V line, when they, like, lift their shirts up and everyone's like, oh my God. And I would look and be like, ew, like, put it away. Ah! Do you know what I mean? Like, and then I would look at girls and I'd be like, yes. Like, you have your answer. You don't fancy men. If you're not looking at them thinking, I want to be in a relationship with you, I want to see you naked, they're not for you. So we have your answer. I mean, you might be bisexual, but you're looking at men thinking, ew, you're looking at women thinking, so, woo, welcome to the lesbian gang. Proud of you. Okay, carrying on. But now, if I imagine myself in a relationship in like 10 years, I more picture myself with a man without me really knowing why. Is that not just because in the world, in society, not even in like real life, in fiction, in films, in TV, in books, it's always a woman and a man. So naturally, when you think about getting married, you picture a woman and a man getting married because it's all we've ever been seen. It's the story we've been told over and over and over and over and over. We're not told the story of the two women that fall in love and get married and have a happily ever after because society don't want us to think like that. I mean, it's getting better, obviously, but that's why brains are so programmed to think, I can only be with a man because that's what you've seen in your life. Like, fuck that societal norm. Like, fuck that stereotype. If you want to be with a woman, be with a fucking woman. Like, just because every TV show ever shows a man and woman getting married, like, fuck it. Like, you do you. Carrying on. So yeah, I'm just really confused, I guess. Is there any way you could help me? Do you have any advice? I mean, I've tried to not like pressure myself to label me, but I feel like I really need a name and a group to feel better about myself. I hope you understood my grammar and stuff all right. I'm not native English. Girl, I got you. I understand you. Okay, yeah. You are looking at men thinking, ew. You're looking at women thinking, hell yeah. Like, you don't need to put a label on yourself. You're still so young. Like, you're 17. Like, you don't have to decide today, right this very second. Like, no one's sitting there going, so, what are you? Are you a lesbian? Are you straight? Are you bisexual? Like, at the end of the day, no one actually really cares what you are. But I know some people who have a big thing with labels and they hate labels and they don't want to label themselves. And some people, they live by their label and their label is like, oh, it's like their thing. Do you know what I mean? But you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself to have a specific label. Maybe you want to just label yourself as queer, like, because that's like a big umbrella of so many things. Like, queer could be lesbian, it could be bisexual, it could be pansexual. Maybe you are pansexual or asexual or whatever it is. Like, you don't have to decide or know right now. Like, you have so many, well, there's no set date to figure it out by, do you know what I mean? So let yourself explore it. Like, obviously you're saying your parents don't like the thought of you being in a relationship, so it's going to be harder to get out there and explore, but like, see what you can do. Like, can you like maybe try and just organize some dates and just tell your parents that you're going out with friends, like organize one with a man, one with a woman, see what you prefer. Like, you might like both. You might hate the date with the girl and think, oh my God, like, what was I thinking? Like, I really like men. But you might go on the date with a man and just think, ew, no thank you. You might go on the date with a woman and think, yes, this is what I'm talking about. So just, yeah, don't put any pressure on yourself. There's no rush to choose a label and decide who you are. Like, it's a process. It happens over time. Like, naturally, you will just figure out your preferences, what you like, what you don't like. But yeah, we're here for you. You know, send in any questions, any advice you need. You guys know me. Like, my DMs are always open. If you want things to stay anonymous, you can chat to me through the Google form where everything's anonymous, even though some of you abuse that anonymity, I don't know what the word is. Some of you abuse that power and you send me nasty messages because you know I don't know who they come from, so you can send shit without being traced, even though I have my feelings, my sneaky suspicions that you are. Yeah. But no, I know you wouldn't do that, my love. So yeah, send anything in and we're all here for you. No matter what label you decide fits you best, we love you and we see you and you're valued and you're loved. Everyone give our new friend a love heart. Mwah! We love you. You're safe here in the Lesbian Lounge because we are a safe space for everybody. So I think that's a nice place to wrap up this week's episode. Thank you all so much for listening or watching. If you've been watching on YouTube, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. If you've been listening on Apple or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast, because we're literally everywhere, make sure you turn on the notification bells, give us a review, a 5-star review, please. Some of you on Spotify give me like 4s and 4.5s, and I'm like, for why? For why? Give me a 5-star review, please. Thanks, I asked really nicely, didn't I? And make sure you send in your dilemmas or your stories or your questions to our Google form, which will be linked in the description. You can answer our lesbian survey, which is used as the questions of the week. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the lesbianlounge.podcast or in our WhatsApp chat. There's so much going on. Basically, go to our link tree in the description. Everything's linked under there. And just thank you all so much for your support as always, because this podcast wouldn't be what it is without you guys. And I just love you all so much. So I will speak to you all next Thursday for a brand new episode. Love you all so much. Bye.